Hey there, baseball fans, it's Ben, and I am back today with more of, this is a vintage lot of baseball cards. So I was on eBay, and I was just looking at kind of poor condition vintage cards just so I could have some fun stuff to look at. I ended up winning this lot of 100 plus vintage cards, listed as poor condition. I think it was 10 bucks plus $5 shipping, so a total of $15 for 100 vintage cards, which seemed like a pretty good deal to me. I have not looked through them yet. I just opened the box so that you guys wouldn't see the address. But we're going to find out just how poor is. So let's see what we have here in this little collection. I just love these vintage ones. So as you can see, this Tom Sturdivant, and I have no idea who players are in here either. It was kind of it's definitely well loved. You know, still interesting to me. So this is a 1959 Topps. We have a 1960 Topps. This one is definitely in poor condition. Look at this, like got paper loss ripped off here for Lou Klimchak. Then we have another, oh, this is a 1950, what year is this? 1958, I think. Johnny Podres for the Dodgers. I love that set. Here's a 1969 J.C. Martin. It's got some creases here. But a nice looking card. Here's another 1958. This one's really wrecked up. I'm sorry, 59, I think. So that one's got like, it feels like water damage or mold or something for Billy Harrell. Here is George Crow. Some water damage on this. You can see that wrinkling up there. For this, another 58 or 57, I guess, 58. All right, the A's stars with Sal Bando, Bert Campaneris, and Danny Carter. Was that a 66, maybe? This one just has some pen marks under there. So I guess that's what makes it the worst condition. Here's a 1968 Tommy Helms. He looks like he is out of it. That's not too bad. Some creasing here and there. Bill White for the Phillies, 1968. Big old crease right in the middle here. See there? Here's a Richie Allen for the Phillies, 1969. Here's one where someone said, nope, he doesn't play for the Braves, he plays for the Mets. This is 64, I think. Yeah, 64. Roy McMillan. Now this is not, it's not exactly scratched out there, kind of is. Lifetime record for shutouts, and that's Walter Johnson. So, there you go. Roy McMillan. Here's a Bob Smith. Again, this one's got lots of coloring issues and marks and some kind of mold or mildew. Oh, and we have a random football card of Lonnie Sanders for the Redskins. What year is this? I do not know. After 1963, because that's when he was drafted. So that's an interesting one. Then we have the Kansas City Athletics. And whoever had this card said no. They do not like the Kansas City Athletics. So that's that. No idea what year that is. But probably a 57, 58, 59 kind of time. There's Johnny Cucks. Some paper loss here on the front. Scraping. There's a Tom Acker with some more paper loss here. So these are definitely in poor condition. It's a 1972 White Sox team card. Off-centered and just fuzzy. So this one's not too bad. Not really any creasing. Just some surface scuffs and whatnot. What is this? John Romano, Indians catcher, American League All-Star. Now this, it's from Topps. No idea what year it is and why it's kind of gold. That is something I can look up there. There's Don Locke, 1967. So it's not in too bad shape. Some creasing here and there. Clem Labine. Definitely some creasing there, you can see. There's a 1960 Bud Daly for the Kansas City Athletics. This is kind of what I would be expecting for these cards, like, you know, fuzzy corners, rounded edges, a little bit of creasing, but still interesting and fun. I think this is, what is 61? Philadelphia Phillies. Just scuffing and paper loss up there. Here's Johnny Briggs for the Cubs, pitcher, 1959. Ooh, here's Ken Boyer. They said, nope, not on the Mets anymore. He's on the White Sox. Soxes. I like that one. So it's 1969 there. Here is Dave Pope. There's some scuffing and markage down there for 1957. Look at this. Hey, it's a Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan Felnicro, 1978 Topps. So, yes, this is in poor condition, but I am going to put this in my personal collection. This actually makes the whole thing for me to add one like that in my personal collection. There's Wayne Comer for the Pilots. Ooh, the Seattle Pilots, the 1 year that they were around. So that's fun. Dave Giusti, the Astros. That's not too bad. Jesse Gonder, Pirates. There's a Bob Skinner, some paper loss up in top and bottom for 61 Topps. Dave Nelson, rookie cup card with a big creaser in the middle, but otherwise a good 1969 card there. Tom McGorman, they wrote in there and then crossed it out. All right. Chico Cardenas. Again, not too bad on this. It's got some marks on it. There we go. 1960, Charlie Neal. Definitely folded in half. Here's Dick Kelly for the Padres. This one's pretty good shape here. A couple creases. Manny Mota. Big crease right here. 69. Or 67, sorry. 67 Topps. Solly Hemus. Manager for the Cardinals. I've not seen that one before. So there you go. Another football. This is Tony Lorick. What is this? 67, 1967 maybe? Pacific? Yeah. Very, very marked up though. Here's a 64 John Buzzhart. Another 64 with Jim Hickman. There's a good one. Some tape marks on it. There's Dave Duncan, 1968 Topps with no... They blacked out his hat. Russ Gibson. Another vintage football, Bill Glass. And this one is, again, PCG. I wonder if that's Pacific or something else. So, 63 maybe, 63. The Baltimore Colts. This is a Topps football card. Definitely wrecked up in the corner. Probably a rubber band around those. Jack Harshman, 1960 Topps. Dick Drott for the Cubs. Nice 1959. Bob Turley, 1961 for the Yankees. Ernie Broglio. That one's faded away. So this is the only big one. Ted Kluszewski. What is this, a 56 Topps? Definitely missing some pieces of the corners, so it was probably in some kind of... Just a beautiful set, though. Gotta love that artwork. Here's a 1960 Don Dillard. There's a 1969 Les Cann and Dave Campbell. Jose LeBoy and Floyd Wicker, also 69. Charlie Neal again. This one's roughed up. Eddie Yost, 1960. Bert Campaneris again. There we have that one. Here's a Sporting News Rookie Stars of 1959, Ron Fairley for the Dodgers. Mickey Vernon. Billy Gardner. This one is definitely having a little trouble. Bobby Avila. Same thing there. All folded in about the same place there. Larry Miller. Steve Whitaker. What about here? Jim McGlothan. Mel Roach with some fantastic glasses. Definitely had been taped up here in the corner. 1961. Russ Gibson, Red Sox catcher. There's Bob Taylor. This one's in not too bad a shape here. You can see some creasing there, but not too bad. No marks. There's Albie Pearson, folded in half. R.C. Stevens. Hey, here's a checklist. Look at that. Bob Gibson right up in the top left there. Checked off and folded up, so not in very good shape there. Oops. Careful. Bob Conley, Rookie Stars. Billy Jurgis. Actually, I had this card before in better condition. Here is Bill Monbouquet. Billy Monbouquet. Here's a 72 Topps. Darrell Knowles. That's probably a high number there too. So that's not in too bad a shape. Some creases here and there. John O'Donohue. Del Crandall from 1960. Oh, here's a, what is this, a 53? Gene Freese. No, 63, sorry. 63 Gene Freese. That's the first 63 we've seen. Here's Jim Weaver for the Angels. John Blanchard. Some paper lost there for Rookie Stars. Wally Moon. There's Ernie Broglio. Was this 65? Yep, 65. Cal Kuntz for the Cubs. Oh, Joe Nuxhall. That's good 1960 for the Reds there. Carroll Hardy. Here's a 62. Mike Rourke. That one's really faded or marked up. There's a 1966, first one we've seen of those. Pedro Gonzalez. There's Walt Alston, manager. Dave Adlish. Wow. That's quite a mug on that guy. Hal Jeffcoat. Billy Cowan. This is not too bad shape. Some paper loss in the front here, but not too bad. Mike Marshall. Again for the Pilots. Ken Lehman. Nobody liked Ken Lehman. Somebody didn't like him. Russ Heeman. And Virgil Trucks. Harry Hainbrink. Fading on that one. Tom Brewer for the Red Sox. 1960. Don Mincher. Jackie Brandt. Look at that young kid. Probably a rookie card for him. Ken McBride. Ray Culp. 1969. Here's a checklist that, yep, one of them checked off was 63 probably. 61, Ken Aspermonte. And it says here, traded to Chicago Cubs there at the top. Here's a 1960 rookie star, Frank Howard. 63, Jackie Davis. Bob Gilambardo. And finally, Mayo Smith, the manager for the Tigers. So there you have it. I think the answer here is yes. These were categorized correctly as poor. Maybe one or two that could inch into fair condition, but really poor condition all around. I'll have fun going through these in more detail, though. It's just always nice to have vintage cards that you couldn't afford otherwise. Got the whole stack, landed in my hands for $15. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing them, and one for my PC. I'll see you next time.